you have been in the Korean entertainment scene for quite a long time now, and you have featured in some movies as well. Yes, about Korean movie. You have featured in Korean movies as well. So how did you get into the entertainment scene?
Okay. At the time, it was wild.
Yes, I can imagine. That's why I'm curious too, because right now the scene is totally different.
Yeah,
so I'm curious to see how it
now it's like, oh, hello, foreigners. How are you? Okay, yeah. At the time, I'm talking 2007.
Yes.
So I was a student. And at the time, even Facebook wasn't that developed. Like in Korea, no Facebook. So now you can easily find some people casting, some people on Facebook. Okay, good. At the time, nothing. Like no castings. You need to know people. So I was Yonsei University student. And there was advertisement on Yonsei University Korean language school site, like looking for foreigners extra. Extra is like background.
Yes.
So for the movie, please contact Piotr. So there was guy Piotr. I think he was Russian or something. He was in charge. He knew someone who knew someone. So
the usual.
I messaged him, and because I speak Russian, he was like, "Yes, come, very good. We give you 50,000 won or maybe 70,000 won.
Wow.
The day is from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. So very good for you.
Such a good payment.
Amazing payment. But yeah, I was 22, I was very full of energy and interested in acting. So me and my friend from Ukraine, we went. And it was a feature film, about athletes who are playing volleyball. And I think that scene was like they're on Olympics, Korean volleyball team.
Yes.
And all the audience is foreigners because it's supposed to be abroad.
Yes.
So basically from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. there you are, ready action. Ready action. See, exactly. So it was exhausting. Well, you know how it is. And there were a lot of people. During lunchtime, we were having it together with some people we got kind of friendly with. And one girl was like, oh, I have a filming tomorrow, but I cannot go because I have some business to attend. Would you be interested? You seems like a lively person. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure, why not? So she gives me the contact of Korean person in charge, Korean manager. I message her because I do speak Korean. Hello, this is Svetlana cannot come. I'm coming instead of her. Okay, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. So I go there. And then there it is. She was there. She met me. She liked me. And she's like, oh, I like you. I would like to use you here. And actually, pretty much almost at the time, every day or every other day, I would be on set doing extra background. Then they liked me. They would be like, oh, can you say the line to this guy in English? Because I also speak some English. So pretend that you're American and you tell him to go away from this country or something. And then there we are, one by one, and
Wow. That was how you got all from there, from one step to the next. You got as many.
I tried to put 10 plus years of experience. You got.
We get it.
So. Yeah, how did you get into the industry, Alex?
Oh, so my story starts from Italy, actually.
Yes.
So I've always been more in the artistic side of things. So since high school, I went to an arts high school, but that was more like classical art, so like painting and all of that stuff. I actually did art restoration. And then in university, I went more into arts and technology, so anything that had to do with that mix. And in there, we also had classes where we had to do production, where we had to do, recording, editing, and all of that stuff as well.
Post-production
exactly. Both production and post-production, so all of that. And from there, I was like, oh, entertainment is actually interesting. Like, I don't mind, being behind the scenes and doing all of this. And so for a specialization program after university, I went and did stage construction and prop making. So I did work into that field for quite a while. I worked in Rome in Cinecittà, which is the major place in Italy where they produce the movies and programs and stuff. And I used to do like actual prosthetic making and, work in the labs and all of that stuff. So that was absolutely amazing. And doing those kind of jobs, you somehow sometimes end up also doing extra jobs, And so when I moved back to my city in northern Italy, I looked more for those jobs. I ended up, working also doing some modeling and, being in the industry. And I really enjoyed it a lot. And then, I fell in love with Korea as well. And I really liked how the entertainment industry was developing here. Because it was very interesting, very, they did not stick to old rules and, to old, old imagery and all those stuff. It's very experimental, let's say it like that. So I really liked that. And I was like, what? Let's try to move there. So the first thing I did, I was, try to learn the language a little bit more. That's why I did those Korean programs and stuff. And then finally I moved here, what was it, last year? Yeah.
Settled down.
Yeah, settled down, exactly. It was a long process though.
With the rise of K-drama, like Koreans call it Hallyu.
Yeah.
With the rise of K-drama, K-pop, many foreigners want to join the Korean entertainment scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your experience, you said 10 years of experience, counting years. So what has been the good things and the bad things you have experienced in the entertainment industry in Korea?
Okay, well, it's not only in Korea. I think every industry has bad and good sides. Well, let's say less pleasant, maybe more pleasant side. In case of Korea, I'm very happy to see that throughout the years, more and more foreigners you can see on TV or in movies, in entertainment programs. Because when I first came, you enter the shop, you say, 안녕하세요, and they freak out. Oh my God! This is a foreign person who speaks native Korean. How is it even possible? And now, because there are so many foreigners who actually are quite fluent in Korean, people are not surprised. They feel more open. They see us, our faces, in their programs on TV and in the films. Entertainment, they have Korean MCs and foreign MCs next to them. So I do think it's a very good thing. A bad thing is not enough. More and more foreigners, more and more, but it's strictly my opinion. Please forgive me, dear audience.
I kind of agree and kind of disagree with that opinion.
Less foreigners, less competition.
I will explain why of that. Because, so the positive, I totally agree. Foreigners have more opportunities. Koreans are more open to seeing us in the entertainment industry. And they understand that we can also be taken more seriously because, we actually learn the language. We actually live here. We understand the culture more because, we have been here for more years at this point, talking foreigners in general. But, so that is a very good positive. But the fact of there being more, let's say, amateurs, or just, you got into it when you were a student, right? But at that time, the scene was totally different. So also the payments were lower and, it was a different scene, let's say. It was not your only mean of survival. Whereas now, there being more foreigners that are surviving only on these jobs because of our visa, we can only work in this industry. The fact that there are this many students or, amateurs that come here and just want to experiment and try it out and be like, oh yeah, whatever, I just want to meet my famous oppa or, stuff like that. It really lowers how seriously the industry takes us because they are not professional. There have been many times on set, especially when you shoot music videos with idols or dramas with famous actors. There will be those, fangirls or fanboys that are there and are not acting professionally. So when you are on set, you're not there to be like, oh my God, did you see that idol? Oh my God, he's so cute, blah, blah, blah. No, you are there to work. They are there to work. So you have to be professional. Even though you're their biggest fan.
No, they're there to marry.
Of course! Oh my God!
That's their approach.
Yeah. we're gonna
And in
make
that
eye contact. He's gonna fall in love with me.
exactly, and in that sense, they act very good. But yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. And because of that, also, those people accept very low rates. So oftentimes they're like, oh yeah, I don't care, I'm gonna do it for free, for the experience and stuff. Yeah, but if you do it for free, then people that are surviving on this are not gonna get fair rates. So the payments are getting lower and lower and lower and lower. So
what changes the
exactly,
balance.
exactly. So it's becoming very unbalanced. So what I would like to say to people that want to come here in Korea to work in the entertainment industry is first, gain more experience in your own country. Think about it seriously and see if it's actually a field that you want to work in, if it's something that fits you and that you are really passionate about. And then consider coming to Korea, learning the language and moving here, looking for agencies and stuff. But if your only reason is that, I want to get married, yeah, exactly, then think about it twice because it has repercussions not only on you because you're putting yourself in some dangerous situations also sometimes, but it also has repercussions on the whole industry because even though there's more foreigners right now, as we said earlier,
Yes.
we are still a minority. So the actions of one have repercussions on our whole image,
the community.
Exactly, yeah. So that's something that worries me sometimes. The popularity of the whole Hallyu thing.
Yeah. So what advice someone that has been in the entertainment scene for 10 years now in Korea, what advice will you give someone that wants to come to Korea and go into the entertainment scene?
Oh, it's very easy. If you want to act, study acting. If you want to dance, study dancing. If you want to sing, study singing. And because you're coming to Korea, try to study Korean because throughout the years it got better. More people speak English, but speaking the language will give you so many more opportunities, not only to talk to people, but also act in foreign language because a lot of things you can see on my reel, I do speak Korean, so that's why it's in Korean. So do your research.
Yeah. But in terms of the competition, because like you said, there are more foreigners now, and someone that has those qualities that you explained, that you listed, someone that has the zeal, someone that has the capacity, and the person is here now, but if he's facing competition with other foreigners, how can someone break those barriers and be outstanding in the entertainment scene?
Well, if we knew the answer, we wouldn't be here. We would be in Hollywood with Brad Pitt and Angelina just having coffee. So yeah, I would say so. But seriously, again, it's also about how professional you can be. How well can you do your job, and how well, there are a lot of things, how well you can sustain. How well you look, how well you take care of yourself, and so on. So just try to be, well, it's very general advice, but try to be better version of yourself.
So, so in the Korean entertainment scene, would you say it's more of talents first, connection second, or connection first, talent second?
Looking I feel in the spotlight.
At least let's have it here,
No, because I said about the
No, of course. I think talent and looks are always important in the entertainment industry, like that's the basic. But I think connections are the main thing in here. If people don't know that you're here, if people don't know what you can do, how professional you can be, what are your abilities, how you act on set, they are not going to be able to cast you because they don't know that you exist. Sometimes just seeing a picture or, a self-intro video is not enough. You need to have those connections. You need to have been on set with someone else so they can
know you.
Exactly. So I think that connections are the main thing here in Korea. Also because oftentimes the castings, the casting calls and stuff, there are groups, there are websites where you can find those casting calls, but oftentimes they don't even post those castings. They
Yeah,
directly
they
call people that they know.
directly, yeah.
Exactly.
Because they know you.
Exactly.
And they
yeah.
think you match.
Yeah.
So,
So even if you don't perfectly fit the Korean look, like, you know, you don't have the doll face or the perfect body and stuff, that is not as important if you are a good person, if you are able to communicate well with other Koreans. That's why also speaking Korean is very important. If you speak with the staff and, you know, you make friends like that, you gain connections, you know, and then it's easier for you to get other jobs that
and
way.
it's helpful.
Yeah.
yeah.
Some foreigners, I'm speaking for them. Yeah, I'm speaking for you guys. Yeah.
Some foreigners.
Yeah, some foreigners might say that getting into this connection, like building Korean friends that can recommend you to this and that, might be difficult. Yes, because I interviewed someone. She said that Koreans have different friends. They have friends from their high school, friends from their university, friends from they meet friends from their university separate. They meet friends from the high is separate. So they go around meeting their friends, and people, they may not have enough space to include foreign friends in their circle. You understand? So how do foreigners that want to build connections with them or make friends with them, how do they go about it? How can someone go about it?
Well, I guess now we're talking about making connections within the industry.
Yes, within the industry.
So you meet people on set and you say hello, like you're nice to them. They hear you speaking, oh, this person speaks Korean. Oh, I already feel a little bit more comfortable. So then there are break time when maybe you eat together and you talk about something. Oh, the weather is so hot today. How are you feeling? I think it's also about being nice. So that's why maybe you exchange Facebook with that person or Kakao. And that's how you build the relationship. Like, I like to message sometimes to people I know, Happy Chuseok or Happy Seollal, just because I know them and I'm not trying to ask them for jobs or anything. It's just, I guess at the end of the day, it's being nice and showing that you're open. Because Korean people sometimes, some of them tend to be a little bit more closed.
Oh yeah, they have that wall around.
Just because maybe, oh, I don't speak English, I'm afraid to talk, I will make a mistake. But if they see that you are more open to them, they become more friendly. And in that sense, I think it's easier to meet new people and make connections.
Yeah, even for people that, let's say, they don't work in entertainment. I
In
don't know.
general,
Exactly,
yeah. General
That rule applies the same. I don't know, either you're working here in an office or you're studying here in university. Whenever you are in an environment where there are other Koreans that are doing the same thing that you are, if you show that, as you said, that you are open, that you are trying to speak the language, you know, that you are making the effort, they will feel also better in approaching you. They will open that wall, you know, as you said earlier, and be more friendly towards you.
Also, you know, back to the days when I did background work, it's long hours. There are a lot of people. People get tired and it might be boring. So because of that, they actually want to talk to you. People come and they're like, oh, you're a foreigner. Oh, that's so interesting. And that's also how you make friends, because you're in the same, as you said, you're in the same atmosphere, you're doing the same work. So
if you're at work, complain about the workload. If you're at school, complain about the stress you are. Yeah.
if you're on set, complain.
You
know.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that PD Nim, he's taking all of this time, all of these takes.
It's so hot.
Yeah.
Why are we doing it in such hot weather?
Exactly. All the food was so good.